Welcome to the Film Mechanics Screenwriting Podcast with Deri Tyton. We finally made it here, and you have written the screenplay. So what do you do next, right? Well, me too. I just finished my first draft of my dramedy, and I'm already anxious to get back into the rewrite as soon as I finish this podcast. What you mean, hold on, Deri? I need to take a break. Why? What you mean I have written the best story for the wrong draft? Screenwriting is hard. Rewriting a screenplay will be the hardest thing you will ever do because it's about strengthening and conditioning. You are taking your project from ugly beautiful to something magical and strong. Since you don't want me to start on my rewrite, I guess my urgency comes from the fact that it took me 4 months to write this screenplay. And what I know about rewrites is sometimes it may take 2 years, 2 months. Sometimes some people have been rewriting their first draft for 10 years. But in that time, it will probably write about 3 different other drafts, right? It'll take me 2 months to do a rewrite. Sometimes, if I'm honest. In rewriting, this is where you have to be open and flexible to new ideas, thoughts, and storytelling, new concepts, sometimes new characters. I mean, this isn't about changing your story, but creating a successful draft. The best place to begin is to start to break the screenplay into acts. Break those acts down into scenes, and then you'll break those scenes down into action and dialogue. I'm a firm believer that each scene should have a beginning, middle, and an end. No scene should end the same way it begins. I'm going to say that again. No scene should end the same way it begins. Every character that enters into a scene, or whenever you enter into a scene, something or someone should change in that scene. What I mainly look for in the first rewrite is what can be cut. What unnecessary dialogue, what unnecessary action, what unnecessary scenes. See, rewriting has a lot to do with writing for pace and power. How powerful can you develop emotionally, and how powerful you can develop the conflict. It's a challenge to look at your greatest work and then have to cut it. Listen, no one said it was going to be easy. Let's look at a few things to look for, right? Do you have a clear-cut protagonist? Is the world accurately displayed? Are the protagonist and the antagonist journeys presented? Do the story have conflict, plot twists, and heightened stakes? Are you setting up to present us with those conflicts, those plot twists, and those heightened stakes? And then you're paying us off, right? Can you break down the action lines into simpler words? Is there too much exposition from the characters? You have to look at see if your character's talking too much and you're not probably showing us the story. Can you feel the emotional beats in the film? We all can become too close to the work. So one way to get help in rewriting is doing a table read. Another way is doing coverage. Maybe even adding a professional friend who understands how to read screenplays. You can get notes from a festival. You can get notes from a fellowship. I mean, there are several ways that you can do this, right? But you also want to know what doesn't work and how to strengthen it. That's why you're doing this. Remember, this is strength and conditioning. We condition our screenplays to take out our perspective, to take our tones, to take our ideas, to take our emotions. And I know I mention emotion a lot, but that's what a screenplay is, emotional energy. The goal is to write your film as close to a practical, complete draft as you can. The funny thing about screenwriting is, it's hard. And once the writers sit with it, then the producer gets it. Then they want to make changes. Then the director wants to make changes. Then the actor wants to make changes. The editor will manipulate the script to give the best film for the audience. Wait, as we write, we sit and think about all the characters and dialogue settings and all of that stuff. Then when it goes into production, For one screenplay, it needs real locations, real props, real actors, a makeup artist, a camera person, a grip, a gaffer, a wardrobe artist, a set dresser. I mean, it takes a lot of different departments to bring 90 pages of your screenplay to life. When I think of a film like Fruitvale Station, Creed, or Black Panther, I mean, those are some really great films when we watch them, right? But the written screenplay may be good, but what brings them to life is all the other things I just mentioned. Remember, the actors, the location managers, set directors, the hairstylist, the wardrobe, colorist, the film scorer. I'm saying, don't get caught up in your rewrite where you are comparing your screenplay to a finished, marketed project. I know that's where we're all aiming for, but they can't do their job until we do our job. And ours is the most black and white of the process. So do not be discouraged, but remember to remain open and flexible in your story showing. I hope this season of the Film Mechanics podcast has helped you in some small way or another. And as I always say, writing is a spiritual journey. We appreciate your support. Be sure to leave a review and a comment and share with your closest screenwriting friends. Stop by www.derityton.com for the Film Mechanics Screenwriting Workbook, and we'll see you next episode. Have an awesome day. Peace.